Question 46. Presence of which of the following conditions in urine are indicative of diabetes mellitus? Now you see, diabetes mellitus is a condition in which the person will have hyperglycemia, that is excess blood glucose, and in this condition what happens that this excess glucose would have crossed the renal threshold and glucose will appear in the urine. So that means the ability of the nephron, as much glucose they can absorb, that ability is not going to be fully functional, because the level up to which the nephrons can absorb glucose, the level of glucose in the filtrate is much higher than that, right. So glycosuria is one thing which we are very clear with. Then next thing that happens is that in the blood, even though so much of glucose is there, but the body is not able to metabolize it properly. So rather the body metabolizes the fats, and as a result of fat breakdown there is production of ketone bodies, and even those ketones will appear in the urine, and that is what is ketonuria. So if we see these choices, that is in the second one, ketonuria and glycosuria. The other ones that you see, uremia, that is excess blood urea, which is a condition of where kidney failure is occurring, right. And renal calculi would be formation of kidney stones which are of calcium oxalate, and hyperglycemia, as I said, is of course excess blood glucose. But out of the choices, both the choices are correct for diabetes mellitus, that is only in option 2. So this is our correct answer, right, option 2. Now let us move ahead with the next question. So question number 47. Now secondary metabolites such as nicotine, strychnine and caffeine are produced by plants for their. Now you see, the metabolite, that is any compound which is either a substrate or a product of a biochemical reaction inside a living system, is called metabolite. Now these metabolites which are used in normal physiological functions of the body, those are the primary metabolites. So you see here the growth response, effect on reproduction, nutritive value, all these would be part of the primary metabolite function, that is normal physiological functions. But some of these metabolites, you see, they do have function in defense action, like even in case of bacteria, like the antibiotic that they produce, that is also for defense action. So in this case, this is the only option which we can enlist for these secondary metabolites. So option 2 is our right answer. So from here we can move on to next question, that is 48. Now in this, which of the following would help in prevention of diuresis? Now diuresis is the condition when the person is producing large volumes of highly dilute urine. That means there is excess of loss of water, and that loss of water is to be prevented. So how can it be prevented? That means the kidneys should be able to reabsorb more of water back into the bloodstream instead of losing it in the urine, right. So out of these options that you see, more water reabsorption due to under secretion of ADH. So of course we need excess water reabsorption, but that cannot happen because of under secretion of ADH. Rather, ADH is anti-diuretic hormone, so we require it in larger amount, then only we can reabsorb water. Decrease in secretion of renin by the JG cells. Now renin stimulates the conversion of angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1, and then subsequently angiotensin 1 is converted to angiotensin 2 by ACE, that is angiotensin converting enzyme, and then aldosterone is released, which will then help in the absorption of water and salts. But here we are talking about decrease, so this is a wrong statement. Atrial natriuretic factor causes vasoconstriction. Now ANF is a vasodilator, so this statement is also wrong. The first one that we see, reabsorption of Na and water from renal tubules due to aldosterone. Now this is the one which is correct, and because of this, salt and water will be retained in the body and will not be lost in the urine. So this is the absolutely correct choice, and with this we can mark our answer as first option, right. So, with this we can now move on to further questions.